Love and greetings in the name of the Almighty God, who was and who is ever to come. We are the children of God, so anywhere we go, we put God first. We love and respect God all the time. South Africa is facing the greatest election, and tonight is the last day. Let's listen to the man that most of the youth support, and they think that he will be the next president in South Africa, because he promised to take the land and give back to South Africans. Remember the land that apartheid seized it. They came there and occupied the place and invade them. And this man is promising to bring the land back to these people. And also in South Africa, they got problems of a group of white people form their own city and call it Orania, which belongs to only whites. How can you form a nation within a nation? And all these things, people are really, really upset about it. They need someone who will come to remove all these things, because South Africa is a place for black people. And if you're white living there, you are welcome to live there, but you're not welcome to take a land or to say this is my place and no black must come there. We don't agree with that. Let's listen to Malema in his hometown as he is voting. His last message to the people.
Do you see yourselves overtaking the DA then?
We see ourselves overtaking the ANC, not the DA. The DA is small boys. We have no time for small boys. We're going for the real giant, which is the ANC. We are in an election to remove the ANC. So we don't talk about opposition parties. How can you have all political parties formed and then are taking one opposition party? They are all opposition parties, but they all attack this opposition party and they don't attack the ruling party. So you ask yourself, what is the interest here? So we don't attack opposition parties. We are here to take over government. That's where our target is.
However, people say that you could be a kingmaker in a coalition government if the ANC doesn't get the 50%.
Absolutely. We will cross that bridge when we arrive there. For now, we are on the road to the day after the
Mr. Malema, just kilometers from here, in days leading up to the election, we saw violence breaking out in Julius. Yesterday, the police issued a statement that has been a second suspect that has been arrested in relation to that incident. Of course, they are taking in court only tomorrow. But do you have any security concerns today or in days leading up to the final vote count, if I may call it? And secondly, maybe let me just pose a second question so that I don't have to come back. But previously, we are, I think, about 60 days into no load shedding, and you've said that this is something that will not last. And of course, there's speculation that tomorrow load shedding will resume. Of course, the ESCOM coming out to issue a statement saying that is absolutely not the case. Do you still hold that view that load shedding, these load shedding 3 days will not last?
Well, they are not sustainable. That's why they said to you, we have suspended. They didn't say we've gotten rid of load shedding. They said we have suspended the load shedding. So that's what we're dealing with, suspension. At any time, it can be uplifted. Some municipalities have already issued out schedules of they don't call it load shedding. They speak about energy saving, things like that. So, it's not going to end. It's going to happen immediately after the elections. They are using it as an election gimmick, and we should not fall for that trap. As to the violence of Juju Valley, it's a desperation of attention-seeking individuals of no significance in society, that their only relevance is acting in a provocative manner, where a child gets shot and then stays in ICU for a very long time. Since that incident, the child is still in ICU because some fool decided decided to go and cause fights unnecessarily. And we must see them for who they are. They are stupid. They have been protected by wise collective around them. But acting individually, they demonstrate the highest level of stupidity to a point where they even fire shots from firearms when they don't have firearm licenses. So such people should not find any resonance in our society. We are a very peaceful country, we are very tolerant. We have coexisted with the ANC for the past 10 years. So there is absolutely no problem of violence between the EFF and the ANC. The question should just be what changed. Then you will know what's the cause of the problem. People who instigate violence where our children get even shot at, and then there's almost attempted murder of innocent people. We should be very jealous of ourselves shaking hands with such murderers. Society must not even give them a breathing space. They must be isolated completely by society for engaging in act of violence which compromise innocent lives. When we say let's isolate Israel because of the killing of children in Palestine and Israel, it's the same principle we must apply even amongst ourselves. Those who instigate violence which results in killing of innocent children must be isolated by society. The EFF is not involved in the violence of Jujuveli. The EFF will not be involved in any violence. That's why I said earlier on we ran a clean campaign, because I know for a fact that part of our election strategy has never been instigation of violence. If anything, we said everybody must act with restraint, even on the face of provocation. Act with restraint. And the same message is being echoed today by the EFF. Whatever amount of provocation, do not respond with violence. Police are here, presiding officers are here. Anyone who acts outside the electoral laws, the police must act with that against that person together with the IEC. So EFF has got no role. The role of the EFF here is to look after its voters. That's why they've got their own table. They check them on the voters' roll. If they are there, they usher them in, leave them on the queue. After they vote, they take them, put them in the taxis, take them home. Our role today is to look after voters, not to do anything. It's not to campaign. Whether someone sings or plays loud music, does it, it's their own thing. It's not our problem.
Yes, Malema, I have just one more question. What is your message to the young African child? And what is the EFF going to do about the young African child that has not been done in this country?
We'll restore their dignity. We'll give them the land so that they've got a place of their own. Property relations are very important for the dignity of people. So we will restore the land in the hands of the Africans so their children have a better and a great future. We'll give them free education. We'll ensure that they go to school free of charge. They don't have to buy school uniform, because the uniform is part of education. So when you say free education, it must come with the whole package of what constitutes education. We'll ensure that every household has got electricity and clean water. Our people have proper roads, and that our children are provided 2 meals per day in schools to fight poverty. Increase the social grants of Logos to 4,000 Rand upwards, including the child grant to 1,000 Rand upwards. The EFF will eradicate crime in South Africa in such a way that all criminals who have declared war against our people shall be declared enemies of the state, and the state shall act against them in protection of our people. So that That's it. And you're asking me a question that wants me to now present manifesto leadership. I'll get into trouble.
Well, that was Mr. Malema, and we hope that he win to become the president of South Africa, and whatever he's promising come true to change this country and the people who are suffering since long time from the apartheid, to remove all these disturbances and keep peace in South Africa. Thanks for watching. My name is Mr. Francis O, and this is The Vibes. May God bless you and God bless.